episode 5 of Harry Potter. Yes, I'm calling it episode 5. You know, you've been watching this series. I've been calling them episodes because for some reason this series reminds me of Star Wars more and more I watch it. Heck, he even said it before he even jumped in on this video. He was off the script, off the scene. He was like, dude, this kind of reminds me of Star Wars.
That whole scene.
And episode 5 of Harry Potter is the Order of the Phoenix. But this movie has a lot of stuff going on and very little Phoenix. And today we're gonna review it on this episode of Movie Breakdowns. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdowns. I'm your host, Ali Zakka. What is Movie Breakdowns? A movie review series where we look at new and old movies, give them a grade A through F, plus and minuses do count. If there's a movie you want us to watch, let us know. Put it in the comment section. We'll try to get to it as quickly as we can, as fast as possible. And on top of that, I have a Patreon. On the Patreon, if you sign up, you'll get movies before they come out on YouTube and Facebook. You'll get trailer reaction, trailer reviews, my first thoughts on everything, way much more. And you jump in line when it comes to movie reviews. You say, hey, Ali, I'm a member of your Patreon. I want you to watch this movie. I go do it like that. No ifs, ands, or buts, no waiting. I take care of it for you. And then try to get it as quickly as possible. Also, I appreciate you guys for watching this series. Appreciate you guys so much. Please subscribe. Love y'all. And today I'm bringing on an old guest, a crowd favorite, Tyreik. He's back again. Y'all seen him on Mortal Kombat. Y'all seen him on a few other reviews and Incredibles. The first one you did, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World 2. You done a few videos. Yeah. Well, we're now gonna do Harry Potter. We're tackling Harry Potter today. And my first thoughts on this one with the Order of the Phoenix was, I didn't like the shaky cam. At first, the first part, literally, I
took a straight stab at direction.
Oh, I really did.
Stab at the direction.
Like, Harry Potter, to me, has a lot of good stuff. The actors are great. The CGI is great. The music to the series is great. Y'all notice, I say this in every review of Harry Potter I've done so far. But then we get to the little camera things. The second movie, the Chamber of Secrets, did the tilted camera thing. They did that one at the end of it for some weird reason. And then this one was famous for the shaky cam. Like when Harry Potter and his cousin are running from the dimensions beginning of the movie, it's like showing that shaky fear camera.
Yo, what year was that?
This one?
Yeah.
This one came out in 2007. So,
because you
2 years after the Goblet of Fire.
So I'm just trying to think of the period. Because there was a point in time where there was a lot of shaky cam going around. Like that was a trending thing.
Was it the time of the Paranormal Activity?
Probably. All that Cloverfield and all that. Mm-hmm. All that. Yeah, that was, shoot. Probably. I don't know. That might be a Google search too.
Cloverfield.
It might just be a just type of do shaky cam trend. Was that 2008?
2008.
Yeah. Yeah. See, because there was a point in time when it was like shaky cam was like you were seeing it a whole bunch. Like it was supposed to be like the all the rage, and it just looks horrible because you can't really see the action.
Right.
You can't really see what's going on, and it looks bad.
Activity 1, 2007. Yeah, so perfect. We was right there on the spot. Paranormal Activity came out 2007, and this one came out 2007. So yeah,
people were just on it.
And this movie used it at the beginning of the movie, then it goes away. And Harry Potter been notorious for using that. Like they'll do camera angles, or like the whole movie completely normal, and then the ending scene, they're like, we'll play with this, we'll try this one. And like, what the heck, guys? Come on. And then I actually like the mid part of the movie. A lot of part of the movie, which is the teacher, Dolores, I forget her name right now, I gotta look it up. Dolores Umbridge, she is like, a lot of people hated character. Like a lot of people I talked to about this lady, they do not like her. But like, she made the movie interesting. I was curious how she was gonna try to shut the school down, make it underneath her thumb. Cause she was trying throughout the movie. And I actually like, okay, I'm curious how this storyline is gonna play out. So I enjoyed the storyline. But the movie's called The Order of the Phoenix. They're barely in this movie.
Hardly at all.
And that irked my soul to a whole nother extent.
It's really more of like it's more like the legend of it's more like the legend of the Order of the Phoenix. They really just kind of find out about them. Mm-hmm. It's really what it's more like, and then the slight introduction and then the slight duel, which some of them get off.
Yeah. Yes. We'll do spoilers in this movie review. Yeah, we're doing spoilers. It's 2007. But, like, on top of that, like, the ending has a big epic battle. Like, this movie goes from dealing with school antics to this giant battle within, I'll probably say within, like, 5 minutes of each other when it happens, when they finally do this.
Yeah, because that's the shift is in the fifth movie. It kind of like the last movie, you know, they're like in the fourth one. It's like the Hunger Games almost. Like
I actually said that. I didn't say it in my review, but I actually said that that while I was watching it, like this reminds me of the Hunger Games. I actually enjoyed it. So like I enjoyed the fourth one a lot. But it reminded me of the Hunger Games. It really did.
Yeah, and then it's like it's all like challenge and it's like this cool like school and then all of a sudden it's like world level, I guess, threat. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
like world level threat. Like,
and then you get this one, which is like it slows it down. So shoot, Voldemort's back, and they actually try to deny Voldemort after this whole movie. They're like, no, he's not back. The Ministry and stuff like that, and I don't know. Maybe because they want to incite fear or whatever the case may be. But you saw the sign of Voldemort at the in the fourth movie at the Quidditch World Cup. Like his symbol was in the sky. Yep. So people saw that he was back. So I'm not sure, maybe it didn't reach the world. So they were trying to like ignore, like, no, he's not back. Harry Potter, we don't know how his name died. Diggory died. We're not gonna say whatever the case would be. Nobody lived but Harry Potter. Which I've been saying this ever since episode 4. It's Harry Potter. Stuff happens to him. Matter of fact, I didn't mention in my fourth review, but you know how Harry Potter get into the Goblet of Fire? Because Barty Crouch Jr. put his name into the goblet. Yep. That's how it happened. So
they shouldn't even let. All honesty, they shouldn't even let him compete. Yeah, they should have kicked him out. And,
that's the fourth one. So we're talking about the fifth one though, because we don't want to digress. But we will digress. Trust us. But yeah. So at this point, stuff happened to Harry Potter. So when Harry Potter at the beginning of the movie, he's sitting on the scene set, he's having flashback PTSD, which I thought was pretty cool. Like finally have a character who's having PTSD here, because he's been through a lot since he's 16 now or 15 now. He's been through a lot at the age of 12, 13.
He's been there.
Yeah. So of course you want PTSD at this point. Like he fought a giant snake. He fought one of his teachers. He fought Voldemort. Watched one of his classmates die. He fought Dementors.
Got his soul sucked out of his body.
Yeah, he should have PTSD. So I like that. And then the Dementors return and attack not only him but his cousin too. And the people was like the Ministry like, how did the Dementors come out? There's no way they can roam about. They're in charge by us. And Dumbledore's like, because they went to trial, and Dumbledore goes, no, Voldemort is the one who can also control the Dementors too. And it's like, how dare you speak his name? How dare you? Well, Harry Potter gets off. They don't expel him, and he's able to go to Hogwarts. But now they have a new professor, protector of the dark arts, a defense against the dark arts teacher, which is Umbridge. So she comes into this movie and she's like, I am the Ministry 101. You do not do anything. Like she changed the whole school curriculum. Like they can't practice magic. They can't do jack squat, which is setting them up for failure. Like Hogwarts have been training them because they know that one day Voldemort can come back. She's like, we're not gonna learn the magic. We're not gonna do jack squat. And Harry Potter's like, nope. You're gonna die. Like this dude is back. She's like, no, he's not. He is not back. And she goes on a tyrant, right? Like Dumbledore's like, peace, I'm out. Like he doesn't want to do anything with the school. He doesn't want to do anything with Harry.
Cause she like threatens. Cause she's just threatening everybody. Like, she's like one of them people that's just, you know, she's a figurehead. She just threatens everybody with her status. Is all she does. You mess with me, then the Ministry's coming through here and shutting it down.
And Felch is like her right hand man. Felch is in this movie like putting up the new rules left and right. And
yeah, like he's Martin Luther or something.
And then Draco, who's here, like he can't get in with the gang, so he's up here like being a wimp. I hate to say it, like Draco, I am so disappointed in this character in this series. Like when I first watched this, I was like, this dude is like the Sasuke to Naruto. He should be your Vegeta to your Goku. He should be literally your Venom to your Spider-Man, and he is not. He is not as cool. He doesn't do jack squat. He complains and wants to get picked on. The dude is a buster of a character.
Loses all his fights.
Oh my gosh, like no. Like I should be like, I'd be like, oh, Drake Malfoy, like Malfoy, maybe him and Harry Potter don't see eye to eye, but I can respect him as a character because when he actually does start doing things, you're like, I can believe it. Now I'm watching the series, I'm like, I can't get behind his character. I can't, like, his character motivation
doesn't go anywhere, and there's just no payoff. It's like he's the way he is because of his parents. And that's it. Like there's no real reason for it, and it doesn't go anywhere. And ultimately, he ends up just being a whiny kid.
Yeah, he's a lackey. He's just a lackey.
Yeah.
Like he literally, maybe the books give him more background. But like I said before, all my other reviews, I don't want to read the journey. I want to watch the journey. Mighty Keith, shout out to you. So I hope he sees it. That'd be kind of fun. But anyway, yeah. So he's like teaming up with Umbridge and so is Filch, and they're taking over Hogwarts. Well, right now in this part of the movie, the good guys are getting together. Harry getting all his students together, and they are now practicing in this room that opens up. The room of requirements to open up only if you need something. It will open up. So they need a training room. So he has all his students in there, all his classmates training together. And they start a group called the Order of Dumbledore, or the Army of Dumbledore. Dumbledore's Army.
Dumbledore's Army.
And Harry becomes the master. He's now the
sweater vest clique.
Sweater vest. Like he is teaching the students things. So like Neville Longbottom comes in, and he was one of the characters they really focus on, and he shines a little more. They have a new character named Luna Lovegood, who's kind of eccentric. She's a little odd, which I want to ship her and Harry together. I know it's not gonna happen, but that should be the thing. I can see that romance, but whatever.
The word of shipping.
Right, but they get together and she joins the group, and she's actually a pretty powerful wizard. Like she's maybe odd, but she knows her stuff. And you get more of a relation. Does Ron and Hermione focus more on a relationship in this movie? I think too. I can't remember if they really grow more in this movie. I know the fourth movie.
I would say a little bit.
The fourth movie, they definitely had their spot, and in this movie, I don't remember much of them doing anything that's memorable.
I think it's just. I think it's just with in this movie. I think it was just the kind of the synergy of the group. You know what I'm saying? You just kind of get the vibe off of how they interact with each other. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily a blatant. They kind of push that the entire time. They pushed it since the beginning. It's just it's always like a little subtle seasoning here and there, and they kind of make it look initially like Harry's gonna be the one, but then you see as it goes on that it ends up being Ron. But they don't really. I don't think in any of the movies they really have this grand, sit down. It's a kids movie, so I don't think it really gets into it that much. But they're not the main characters either. Right.
True.
And Harry doesn't have a love interest.
Well, he does. He has Cho here, Cho Chang.
Is he really?
Yeah, like he was attracted to her in the fourth movie. He tried to ask her to the dance. She said she was going with Didgeridoo. And in this movie, they actually kiss and everything because he actually asked her out. But then she ended up ratting him out to Umbridge. So they've been practicing, sneaking in and practicing. And if they ever got caught, Umbridge will pretty much write like I will not do this thing again. And it actually writes onto their hand. When they write on this piece of paper, it's
there no rules
writing into their hand. She doesn't. She runs the school. She kicks out teachers. She turns out curriculum. And Dumbledore's like, I can't do anything. Ministry deuces.
You gotta have some kind of standards for the teachers. There's gotta be some code of ethics. You can't be locking kids up for just saying stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's basically like, you don't have freedom of speech. That's basically what she was saying. Because Harry said something that she didn't want anybody else to hear, so because of that, detention time. And then you get it etched in on your body. Like, physical damage, bleeding. Come on, man. Where's everybody else at? Am I gonna stand up? Any injustice here?
Oh, God.
Come on, wizard lives matter, bro.
Good Lord. He went there.
Bruh, like, none of the other schools want to help? Like, what happened?
I can't believe you just went there, though. I can't believe you just said wizard lives matter.
Hey, man.
They do, though. They do. That's what this is about. Coming together, because at the end of the movie, like Harry said, he got something they don't have. Not friendship. I keep on saying friendship. It's
something to fight for.
Yeah, something to fight for. Yes. His friends. He has his friends.
He has the world to fight for. He doesn't want Voldemort to come back because What happens when Voldemort comes back? We don't know.
Right?
Destruction.
But yeah, so Harry kind of like, this teacher goes on bridge, is going through like destroying the schools, putting everybody through like horrible, like just horrible detentions, and just like running school on herself. And Dumbledore's like, I'm out. Like Snape is not even that bad, and this is another thing I keep noticing with all these Harry Potter movies. There's a new protector, defense against dark art teacher in every movie. I'm like, you cannot keep this position on lock. Like, why you gotta keep putting somebody new in? And they don't seem that are like really good, but there's something wrong with them, or they're not good enough. And this lady here, Umbridge, if you put her against a battle against Snape, Lupin, anybody else, she couldn't do jack squat. She might beat the dude, the fraud wizard in the second movie, but other than that, she ain't beating anybody else. And the fact that everybody's scared of her is like, I get it, you can't attack your teacher.
They're not scared of her, they're just scared of what she can do.
Yeah.
They're scared of what she'll do by
like,
telling the ministry.
Yeah, telling me she can get them expelled, and she like hits them, abuse them, stuff like that. And then they finally get her kicked out because one, they were taking a giant test, and Ron, older brother, Fred, and George come in and use they get kicked out of school pretty much. They come in and use their magic tricks and stuff like that, and not magic, but they're like gimmicks and jokes and practical jokes, and pretty much get her like
their novelty items.
Destroys the test and kind of like ruin her parade. And then Harry trying to escape because he keeps getting visions. So throughout this movie, Harry's getting these visions that Voldemort is attacking like Ron Weasley's father, attacking his godfather or his godparent. Sirius. So he's like seeing this, but Voldemort wants him to see this stuff because Voldemort's looking for something like this vision that can pretty much, this oracle or prophecy that can tell him what's going to happen to him. And Harry trying to get there. However, Umbridge captures him, and Hermione's like, tell him the secret. And Harry's like, what are you talking about? So they go tell Umbridge the secret, which is Hagrid's secret, which is his brother. So Hagrid has a little brother in this movie who's autistic, and he needs to be taken care of and like looked after. Well, Hermione leads Umbridge to the giant, and he starts to mess with her, and then the centaurs who were being pushed back by the ministry finds her and decide to just go in on her. And after that, the movie ends, you don't know what else happens to her. And then Harry goes off to find this prophecy that Voldemort is looking for. He finds it, and that's when what's called the Dark Eaters, the Death Eaters.
Yeah, Death Eaters.
The Death Eaters was the order of Voldemort, like his
right hands.
Yes, they show up and they have like this battle with Harry Potter and his friends. His friends like, Harry, you're not doing this by yourself. You're going with a team. Hermione, Ron, Longbottom. You also have
Still the best clique.
Yep. You also have Luna Lovegood, and who else is in that group? Is it Ginny? Ginny Weasley?
There's another female in there, but I don't remember who it was.
I think it was Ginny.
Background, yeah.
She was.
Ron's sister.
Yeah. She didn't really do. She was in the movie. She was around, but
again, don't they kind of push on the like Harry liking her at a point?
Yeah, they do.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean by he didn't have a real love interest. He just
floating around.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Okay, anyway,
they go there, and the Death Eaters show up and like, yo, Harry, give us a prophecy. Harry's like, nah, bro, peace out. And the gang starts fighting the Death Eaters. They're fighting throughout this glass
library.
It was of oracles and prophecies, and they all sort of bust. The gang escape into like this pit, which don't even know what the room is. It's just this pit they fall into, and I guess it's like the souls are in this little doorway because Harry and Luna can hear it, but everybody else can't because they haven't experienced death. Harry and Luna has experienced death before, been near death, so they can hear the souls. And then the Death Eater comes up, but then the Orders of the Phoenix show up out of nowhere. So this is one thing with the Harry Potter movies that gets me every time.
What part of the movie we're in? An hour in?
We're almost to the ending.
Yeah. This is when they show up.
Yeah. Like they show up and they're ready to fight. And I'm like, I remember asking. I watched the movie with my friend, with Katie. Katie, I'm not gonna tell her last name on here, but Katie from high school. Like I've been watching movies with her, and I go, where the Order of the Phoenix at? She goes, just wait. And literally, at the last second of the movie, they appear. And this has been happening in every Harry Potter movie. I'm almost tired of the trope that Harry, and we talked about today.
The save the day trope.
Yeah, Harry just gets lucky at the end of the movies. Either something's going wrong, or about to die, something like that. And then he gets lucky. Either Dumbledore comes in now, saves him, or something of Dumbledore's, hears of Harry in trouble, flies to him.
He's Gohan.
Yeah, yes.
He's literally a Gohan.
Mr. Piccolo!
He's always getting saved by his friends of some sort.
Yes.
One of them comes in every time.
And what you get is a cool fight scene between the Order of the Phoenix and the Death Eaters. But then Sirius gets killed. They're fighting Lucius. Lucius gets his arm. And then, I didn't even talk about this earlier. So earlier in the movie, all of Voldemort's evil henchmen gets freed from the prison of Azkaban. They all get freed out. Like, the Dementors go blow up Azkaban, and all his people get freed. And one of his top-notch women, not women, I shouldn't say that, one of his top-notch generals, you know, she is a woman, which has nothing to do with it.
She is awful. What's her name?
I'm looking her up.
It's, I know this is it.
Bellatrix Lestrange.
Yeah, that's it. Bellatrix Lestrange. Yeah.
Yeah, so Bellatrix Lestrange shows up, kills Sirius, and then dips. And Sirius falls into what looks like the door of souls. And Harry Potter doesn't have a moment to really soak it in. He has a moment where he screams, but you can't hear anything because the movie goes into that trope of
Professor Lupin jacks him out of there.
But
silent scream.
Yeah, the silent scream where you don't hear anything, you just see like, the reaction. And then Harry just dips after Bellatrix and runs after her. Shoots her in the back, actually.
Hits her in the back with the red funk. And knocks her to her knees.
And then Voldemort behind Tyreik mentioned is like, this is so much Star Wars. Do it.
Bro, this is the same scene where Anakin is about to kill Dooku. Literally, he pops up, he's got her, look, he's got wand in hand, she's on the ground, on her knees, same scene, Harry's above her, wand in hand, point down, the guard is up, here comes Voldemort, swirling around in the smoky fog, in his ear, mind you, in his ear. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Egging him on, wanting to give him that kill shot, and what happens? He does the opposite of Anakin. He doesn't kill her. What's she do?
She runs off.
She dips like a good villain.
And then Harry tries to fight Voldemort, and Voldemort's like, can't get out of my way. And then Dumbledore pops out of nowhere, and they have this giant light battle. Dumbledore and Voldemort, they go at it, and you can see like what two great wizards can do against each other in this giant epic battle where like Voldemort is shooting lightning, and he's also spitting out a giant fire snake. Dumbledore is bringing in water from different places and destroying stuff. Like, they're literally going at it each other. Like, Voldemort at one point breaks the glass. They're fighting in the Ministry. That's where they're at. They're in the Ministry, the court area. That's where like around there. It's in that area. They're fighting in this area. I have no idea how they got there, but they end up getting transported there. And Voldemort breaks the glass of the Ministry. So glass is coming down, raining on him, and he's like this really epic thing. And then he shoots the glass at Dumbledore, and Dumbledore like this.
I love it.
This like force field that shoots that make the glass turn to like sand or something.
Yeah. You get to see this scene here shows you all the types of magic going on. You see offensive magic, you see the defensive magic, you see redirects, you see dispels, you see conjuring, you see manipulation of the water. Like, this is the only scene that you get this in that makes me so bad.
The Last Airbender stole this scene from this movie. Dumbledore pulls up and grabs Voldemort in his water orb and like brings him off and over. Just like in The Last Airbender at the end of the movie with the four goons that have no business being there. Comes out of nowhere, grabs Zal in this giant water orb and like moves him over and drops him. They did the same thing in this movie, the same exact scene. Like,
it's a wash, rinse, and dry. It's like, I think Rain has that move in Mortal Kombat too. It's like, that's gotta be what that's called. It's like, in Zabu's eye, it's like the wash, rinse, and dry. You gotta put somebody in an orb, lift them up a little bit to shake them up, and then you gotta
Just drop him.
Waterhog.
But Dumbledore ended up beating Voldemort. Voldemort retreats kind of deal, and then like, oh no, the Ministry shows up. That's what makes Voldemort retreat. The Ministry shows up.
Mouth agape.
And they're like, oh my gosh, he's here. And Voldemort's like, deuces, and gone. And now the world knows that Voldemort's back.
It literally took them to physically see them with their own eyes, amass a group of people for them to finally get to the point.
Right?
That's great, guys.
Is there anything else I missed? I feel like that was the movie. That took us 10 minutes to explain. It took them a whole 2 hours. And
that's pretty much what happened.
16 minutes.
That's really the whole point of the movie. The whole charade is
2 hours 18 minutes.
You get Harry. This is the key points that you take away from the movie. Harry builds his group, so he's got his clique, he's got his army, so he's good. Okay. Voldemort gets exposed, so now, which means that a war about to happen basically, because now everybody can reveal themselves. Sirius dies. Dumbledore's pretty much out of the picture dang near.
It's actually a scene where Harry asked Dumbledore, like, why don't you look at me? Why won't you talk to me? And Dumbledore's like, I can't because your mind is connected with Voldemort. And Voldemort did try to take over Harry Potter at one point at the end of the final fight scene. And Harry, he had to literally do like a mental battle in his mind to push.
What do you want to say? Or what do you say? Focus your mind.
Oh, yes.
Snape was in there.
Talk about that too.
Snape was teaching him.
We gotta talk about that.
Kick him out.
We probably should talk about that when we bring up Alan Rickman later in the character section. But because that's why I call him the hero of the story. His backstory right there tells me this man is the hero. The true hero of Harry Potter. I don't care what you people say. I ride or die with Snape. I know what happened.
Slytherin.
I'm actually Hufflepuff.
Oh,
I did the test.
Oh, who's a Hufflepuff?
Hufflepuff.
I was a Hufflepuff too, so.
Oh, look at that.
We're
like
shout out to
Digital.
the Hufflepuffies.
And then a commander.
I do not want to be
New commander.
I don't want to be compared to any other people though. I'm like, what happened to those other schools? That's really. I'm sorry. Go keep going.
This is true. The fourth one. Anyway.
No other soldiers.
So Harry does have a mental battle with himself, with Voldemort in his mind. He beats out Voldemort, so Voldemort no longer can control him. But throughout this movie, Voldemort was seeing stuff, showing Harry stuff that's connected. So Voldemort can figure out where Dumbledore is at, and Dumbledore's like, I don't want to be
the
connected.
Force.
Star Wars
like Kylo Ren and Rey, huh?
Harry Potter has done a lot of stuff.
Bro, it is.
Also, that shaky cam comes back in that final fight scene for no apparent reason. We didn't need a shaky cam there. We didn't need it. It was unnecessary. Stop doing that stuff. Stop it. Bad.
I swear that was just a trope in that era. It's like, you remember when 300 came out, and then I swear like Twilight and like every movie had to have a million slow down parts in a fight scene. I hated that. It's like everything doesn't need to be slowed down in the fight scene.
Yeah.
And there's some good fight scenes in the year where there's nothing slowed down. It's just straight magic to magic. Go back. There's this character. There's this character. Even though it looks like kind of like a fireworks show in some of the scenes, I do like how they pan back and they kind of just, go around almost like a drone is flying around the battle arena. But there's no slow down, and I hate when stuff slows down fight scenes. I think that's the worst. So good job on the fight scenes.
All right, so bring up the characters. So first one, Harry Potter. I enjoy Harry Potter in this movie much better. Actually, besides the third movie, I enjoy his character in all of the movies. Now, Harry Potter does do some dumb stuff, but in this one, it's not prevalent yet. It's like, to me, in my next review, I did see the sixth movie already. The next one, I really will go in on. I feel like Harry Potter is just being ignorant, but in this one, it's like it makes sense. Like he's more of a teacher in this movie. He's more of the teacher, and he's teaching his classmates how to become better at at spells, and he's teaching them how to use the Patronus spell and all these other things. So he's really like that master. He finally see Harry Potter in this movie age to be the master.
Definitely not a damsel in distress, and this one has much, especially when he strikes down old girl at the end of the movie too. It's just like, it's like the potential is there for Harry to do what needs to be done. He just got to keep getting pushed in the direction.
Yes. Now the one thing, Harry Potter does go into battle without a plan. Like he's like, I'm gonna just go here and see what happens versus going there and see like, all right, if anything goes wrong, here we got. He doesn't have a strategist in his group yet, which any good, I guess it's times of peace, so you don't need a strategist. But right now, if Harry needs that person, like, all right, I'm gonna strategize everything for you. He doesn't have that right now. Yeah. Like Hermione could be that person, but she's not there yet. And Ron is just Ron. But I like Harry Potter in this movie.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because he kind of has like the mind like a superhero. Like he kind of does things like a superhero would do it, but the powers in the lore doesn't reflect him to be such. So you would think he would come in with a more militant kind of mindset. You know, let's get some guys, let's do this, like you said. But he tries to be Superman and wing it.
Right. Hermione Granger, who played by Emma Watson, I thought she did great. I think she does great in all these movies. Yeah. Like I never have a complaint about her character, about her acting, nothing like that. She is fine. Ron Weasley, who's played by Rupert Grint, he also does great. I freaking love his character, his facial reaction. In this movie, he's a little more like they're aging, so you can see he's a little more laid. He's not as
Actually, I like Ron's his growth over the movie.
Like his facial, like his expressions in this movie is not as bad as where like when that, it wasn't bad. And the first and second it was really more like oh my goodness, and this one was more like and this one was more laid back and kind of like not as goofy, not as expressive.
But he definitely gets more docile as the series goes on, and then I think in the next couple ones he really starts to I'm pretty sure it's in the 7th. Yeah, there's some things that happen with him, and it's just like, you can kind of see if you look back when you get there, it's like, oh yeah, they're kind of leading him down. You know what I'm saying? Almost like a foreshadow.
Then we're gonna talk about Matthew Lewis, who played Neville Longbottom. I haven't talked about Neville as much in my reviews because he's always just been on the side, but this one he really steps up and really wants to be that person. Like, hey, I've been there since day one, just like you guys have. I know I haven't been much with you guys' battles and struggles, but I want to help out Harry. I want to be there. So this one I do like that, and he actually learns how to become a better wizard and actually learns how to battle. So Ivana Lynch, I probably messed her name up, I'm sorry, who plays Luna Lovegood. When she first get introduced to her in this movie, she's really odd, kind of standoffish, like what's going on. She's eccentric. She does things and say things like, oh, they took my stuff, come a little odd, but I'll find it, whatever. Like, oh, Harry, I see you got this going on. Why would you do that?
I swear I met a girl like this in real life.
I probably have too. But I thought she was cool. I was like, I actually like this character. I want her and Harry to be a thing. But we probably won't get that. But anyway, she was cool. She was a strong character. Eventually, like, she knows her stuff. Don't mess with her. James Oliver Phelps, who plays Fred and George Weasley. They're the older brothers, the twin brothers. They really started shining more in the fourth movie, and they really like shine a lot in this one. They have a lot more lines. They're goofy character. They're comic relief, and they are pretty much they saved the day at one point. They really saved the students from trouble, but it was good. I like their character.
I think they're the representation of what happens when you drop out of college and you just start your own business.
Right.
I swear that's what they're supposed to be.
And then I'll talk about Helena Bonham Carter, who plays Bellatrix Lestrange. She was introduced in this movie. That's all you need to know. Nothing much about her. She's the bad guy, like one of.
She makes you really not like her. I'll tell you that. She sells that villain line, man. Oh, yeah. She makes you. She does. Every time she shows up, it's just a cringe. Like it's just like, get her out of here. That's a good villain to me. Like yes. I can't stand her. Like I wanted Harry to do
it. And then we gotta talk about Lord Voldemort, who played by Ralph Fiennes.
Oh, he's great.
Voldemort is great. Like he's menacing looking. He plays his role right. I like this guy. Like Ralph does good. Yeah, they really wrote him right. Arthur Weasley, who played by Mark Williams. He is Ron's father. He gets a little more role in this movie as like the guy who kind of helps out the Order of Phoenix, but he's getting more bigger part. Remus Lupin, who's played by David Thewlis. Great. He doesn't really do much in this movie. I'm kind of disappointed. Like he didn't turn a werewolf again, but he's okay.
He's just a part of the order.
Maggie Smith, who plays McGonagall, she does great as well. Like, no problem with her.
She's one of my favorite characters in the whole series, Professor McGonagall.
Yeah, but I feel like she hasn't done much.
She does. She has movies where she pops in and movies where she pops out. She'll come back.
And then
she'll come back.
Like, I feel like she should have helped out Harry Potter in this movie. Like, she could have been there to help.
She'll come back. In a big way.
Michael Gambon, who played Albus Dumbledore, great. Like, Dumbledore, he says the whole, like, I don't want to deal with you, Harry. Get out of my face.
Dumbledore swagged out on the ministry.
He's literally
with that exit.
He turned into Gandalf.
Bro, with the Phoenix, bro, he did that.
Oh, yes.
That was. He said, you think I'm going to come quietly, dip?
And this happens in the movie when Umbridge finds out that the kids have been practicing and studying magic on their own, and she's like, nah, bump that. Y'all gonna be in trouble. And they bring him to Dumbledore, and Dumbledore's like, I do know about this. They're my army. He's like, they call it Dumbledore Army. Harry's like, no, we're not. Like, it says Dumbledore Army. Dumbledore goes, yeah, they're my group, but I'm not going with y'all. Deuces.
Yeah, I love that.
And then so Katie Lewin, she plays Cho Chang, who's the love interest of Harry Potter in this movie. She's also one that She also rats him out to Umbridge, because Umbridge give her the truth serum that Snape has. So Snape has a bunch of stuff.
Veritaserum.
And that's how the group gets caught. Tom Felton played Draco Malfoy. Tom is great, but the character of Draco in this series is really disappointing to me. I really want more from him. I really do. I'm so disappointed.
Someone get a GoFundMe for Draco.
I'm just
Malfoy.
I'm tired. Argus Filch, who's played by David Bradley. He's in Game of Thrones. I already talked about this before, but he has a bigger role in this movie. He's more like Umbridge's right-hand man. He's doing things and putting down rules left and right, and just being a goofy character.
Being that he reminds me almost of a human version of Muttley from Dick Dastardly, the dog that always like does that little.
Oh yeah.
Because all he does is like do stuff and he gets this giddy grin off of making people miserable. You know what I mean? He's
right.
Like, detention. You can't. And then every time he nails something up, he's like smiling, looking goofy. His nasty teeth all broke up and stuff. Jerk bag.
Gary Oldman, who plays Sirius Black, he showed this movie as a dog, and I remember in the third movie he looked more like a wolf. He was a dog, but he looked more like a wolf in that movie. And this one he looks like a completely different dog. And I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? I didn't know he could change, because the Order of the Phoenix rescue Harry out of his home, because he gets locked indoors, not forced to come out, and the Order of the Phoenix rescues him and get him out. Mm-hmm. And they tell him what's going on, and before they take him to court. So like, well, they don't take him to court before he has to go to trial. They tell him like what's going on. And as Harry's about to go off to Hogwarts, Sirius walks up and shows like, hey, in a dog form, runs up to him, and I'm like, or runs up with him. I was like, wait a minute, why? Okay, this dog look completely different from the dog in the third movie. Maybe you can change dog shape. I don't know. I don't read the books. Remember, I'm trying to watch the journey, not read the journey. And then Hagrid, who is played by, I should know Hagrid's name by heart at this point. I should know this guy's name by heart. I gotta look this up. Sorry, guys.
With cinema's mightiest beard,
Robbie Coltrane, who plays Hagrid. Hagrid's in this movie, and Hagrid's always great. Now we gotta talk about Alan Rickman's Snape, Severus Snape. We learn about Snape's backstory in this movie. I freaking love it. I learned that he gets tortured, or not tortured, but bullied by Harry Potter's father. I wonder if we get more backstory behind that.
Severe.
Huh?
I said pretty severe.
Yeah, like
it's almost torture. You gonna say?
Yeah, like they really pick on him, and maybe because we don't get to see the whole story.
Yeah, that's just one scene.
They're
assuming that this goes on quite often,
and that's horrible. And so people get mad at Snape, like, well, Snape's a dick. No wonder. How would you feel if the son of the person that bullied you all throughout your high school life, and you finally become a teacher, and then all of a sudden this son pops up in your face, and this son is also the world's most famous wizard, and he already thinks he's the SHIT, you take him down a notch. Now, I believe, and I'm probably going to be wrong, because I just watched the 6th one and the 7th one, I'm going to watch and see what happens, but I want to believe that Snape is really helping Harry and Ron and Hermione and like just being like the jerk teacher, but really giving them lessons and dropping them lessons like that. I want to believe this. I don't think it's gonna happen. Like I want him to be my Kylo Ren.
Another Star Wars poke. Another one.
I really do. Like I really want him to be my Kylo Ren. Like from the beginning, I thought he was a bad guy, and he wasn't a bad guy, and then like he could have found out that he's playing with the dark side, or could be playing with the dark side. You don't know what he's doing. You know his side. You know he's a spy at one point. In this movie, he tried to help Harry work on strengthening his mind. So him and Harry are doing training, like mind training. And Harry's like struggling to deal with all the good and bad in his life. He got a lot of sorrow. And then like what's his name Snape tells Harry, like, I don't know if anybody ever told you this, Harry, but life isn't fair. And by the time you learn to deal with it, kind of thing, like it's a really drop some knowledge there. And then him and Harry try to use the brain strengthening power on each other, and Harry gets to Snape first, and Snape gets his flashback. I was like, he's bullied, but I don't know. People, if the movie ended with episode 6 or episode 5, people were like, oh, we can't give Snape any issues. But episode 6, who knows? I'll talk about it next review, but yeah. Any other thoughts, man? About the characters before we get to the big one, the really big one for this movie?
What's the really big one?
The really big one is Imelda Strayton, who played Dolores Umbridge.
Oh, she does a great job playing it. Oh, yeah. I hate that character, man. Like she does what she's supposed to do. She makes you hate her.
That's exactly. She has she makes the facial expressions for it. She's not like super like cunning. Well, she's cunning, but she's not. You know, when there's characters who are evil or bad, you're like,
she's not evil and bad. That's what makes it so bad. She's not evil and bad. She's like a celestial dragon from One Piece. It's like they're not evil people. They're not supposed to be. Right. They're just these privileged, overly privileged people that literally feel like they can do no wrong. They're like gods walking the earth, and everybody else has to lay down, and the slightest bit of resistance is met with ridiculous amount of force. Like ridiculous, like you get shot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, oh, you crossed my path, bam. It's like, and that's how it was. But they were kids. Think of the children. Think of the children. Yeah, that's what makes it bad for me, is just because it's like kids. It just is like the amount of what do you want to say, lockdown. She almost turned the school into a prison.
She really
even
does.
The teachers, you'll see the teachers.
Like, there's a really big scene where one of the teachers is like breaking down in tears, and she's only in the movie for about 5 minutes. I'm not gonna.
The plant lady.
Yeah, the plant lady who the lady who also like does the fortune teller and stuff like that. She's in the third one or the fourth or third one. I think it's the third one.
She has the magic word thingies.
Yeah, and she like speaks to Harry in like a different kind of language, or speaks to Harry in like the prophecy or something like that. But anyway, in this one, she's getting kicked out. Like the teacher, Umbridge comes in there and is like, "What can you do? What can you do in class? Can you read the future? Can you show me my future?" And she's like, "No, I can't do that. That's not how this class works." And she gets fired pretty much on the spot.
Like the school board coming through.
Kicked out, and she's like, I lived here my whole life. I don't know what to do. Like I've been here for so long. And Dumbledore rolls in and like saves her.
Program down.
Oh yeah, like everything. Like everybody was kind of like, we want to get rid of her as soon as possible. And they end up getting rid of her. It was like the students against her throughout this movie, and that's like her. She did such a great job. Like I give her props. She played the role fantastic, and yeah, she's probably one of my newest favorite movie villains. Just the way or antagonist, just the way she acts alone. Yeah. Like she's not, like I said, not really a bad guy, but she's an antagonist to the group, and I freaking look like you want to see her get her comeuppance so bad in this movie. You get to see it with the centaur a little bit, but you don't really know what happens to her. So
she's so annoying because it's like she has such this ditzy and bubbly personality, but she has such an evil intent behind it.
Right.
And then she wears this hot pink because it's like a front. It's like her whole character is pink and bubbly and uplifting, and it's like, this is what I want to show you, that I'm pink and I'm fun. And then that's just the surface layer. Then right below that layer is just this evil person that literally puts a black cloud over that whole school.
Right. Even Snape, I'm about to say, sorry.
Yeah. No, go ahead. Yeah.
Even Snape was like, he ain't messing with her. Snape was like, I don't got your back. You know, you're messing with Harry Potter like that. I don't like
Well,
Harry.
they were depressed.
He's like, I don't got your back. Snape like, I'm out. I'm like, oh, you want my help? Well, you stole all my stuff, so
yeah.
Sorry. who is Peter Pettigrew? What was it that? Oh no, Harry says Sirius' first name or something like that. And he said, what's his name? They got what's his name? And Voldemort looks at, not Voldemort, but Snape looks at Harry and goes, I don't know what he's talking about, and walks off. Like, he's not even trying to help it. Like, he's not even trying to help.
No snitching.
Yeah, because Umbridge asked Snape, like, what is he talking about? Who's he talking about? And I don't know.
I'm telling you.
Like, and Snape does not like Harry at all. But he was like, I'm not about to Harry. Hey man, you're young, bro. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I'm not gonna be out there.
Clearly, Snape has his own agenda, and and that's been cleared since day one.
Day one.
Like, yeah, Snape is always doing. He's always up and around and awake and finding them when everybody else is not. You know,
right.
I wonder why that is. He's always more observant. Harry gets away with things and Snape busts them out every time. It's like, why is that?
Right? Like, I wanted Snape to be Kakashi. At first, I was saying, like, on the third grade, like, I wanted Snape to be like the Kakashi group. Like, he was there to keep an eye on Harry and Ron and Hermione, and they should have been together. It's like, 'cause I was saying, in the first 3 movies, like, why they keep doing this stuff and no adult is there around them?
Yeah.
Like, how does this keep happening to them? And Snape ended up showing up in the 3rd movie. I was like, this is just fulfilling my prophecy that I want. I'm not gonna get it because J.K. Rowling didn't write this like an anime, but it's cool. It's a little bit sad when the truth reveals itself. And there's no really good redemption arc like I want for my boy Snape. But it's cool. I know he's gonna die. That's the first thing. One of the first things I knew about before I watched the series, that he dies eventually. I didn't know how, but yeah. Okay. Any other thoughts?
I don't think we got one. I'm trying to think. Is there anything we missed?
Well, the things I didn't like about this movie, because besides the shaky cam, but the movie it's 2 hours and 18 minutes, but it felt to me like the longest Harry Potter movie of the all so far. This movie felt so long. But but the other ones are 2 hours and 40 minutes, 2 hours and 30 minutes, 2 hours like 50, not 50 minutes, but 2 hours and 40, 20 to 30 and 40 mark. This is the shortest movie of them all, and it felt longer than the other one.
Well, there's a lot of talking. There's a lot of exposition in this one, because this one is all about explain. That's what I'm saying. Even though it's called The Order of the Phoenix, this is all about setting up. Or this movie, because this is the shift. Like I was saying earlier, this is the shift. The 5th movie is the shift from the kind of adventure format that it has been over into a focus for the other movies, like an arc.
Yes,
essentially is what happened. Because in the first one, it's like, oh, it's Harry Potter, and even the movie titles almost even entail it, because it's like, this is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and it's kind of this one adventure, and then it's the Chamber of Secrets. This is one adventure in the Snake. It's kind of these little segments, but at this point, you know, obviously all that stuff is connected to Voldemort.
Yeah.
But the way it's presented is that they're individual things.
Besides the third movie, it's only like, I said this in my review, like I feel like the 3rd movie should have been the 2nd movie, because it set up more. But when you watch the first 2 and you watch the 3rd one, you only got that one scene which is really about Voldemort. The rest is about Harry and his godfather and stuff like that. We didn't really need to know that. I didn't really need that in my book. I'm already set up in 1st and 2nd, set up on this Voldemort thing.
They build that up too, and that's another thing that I never understood, is they honestly build Sirius up a little too much. And
he gets killed like that.
He gets killed very
easily in this movie. Now get it, the death spell is like quick. Like it is no like antagonizing, so you don't even get this chance yourself to really.
I feel like there's gotta be more power on it. You gotta be power. Like you gotta have some. It's gotta be like a
deflecting spell or something like that?
No, like, you know, like you gotta have the straight. You like Freezer or something, like the Death Beam or something. Yeah. Like Freezer's strong. Freezer's powerful. That's why Freezer can one shot you like that. Yeah. It's not just anybody can do it, because they make that spell seem like anybody who knows that spell can kill you with
immediately.
I mean, even Harry, that's why he was telling Harry to do it. Like
Yeah.
Harry could, so you're saying if Harry did the exact same thing, he could turn around and kill her just like that? Why?
It's true. That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Just because it's that strong.
It's like there's no power levels in this series.
It's like the move is just that good.
Yeah.
You know the move, you're good.
That's yeah. I can see that.
Lightning spear.
But it sucks because Sirius, like, literally, you go through all this trouble to find him in the third movie. And in the fourth movie, he's not really there.
Nope.
He makes an appearance in the fire pit. And in the fifth movie, he comes back, but he's also not really there. Like, you don't really go attach to Sirius more than what you know from the third movie. And it's like, okay, the Order of the Phoenix. The movie should be more about them. I was telling Katie this. I was like, okay, the first one, Sorcerer's Stone. You find out about the stone within, an hour into the movie, but you heard about the room that the stone is in. So they're trying to get into this room to figure out what the stone is. So this, it sets up the whole thing. Every little thing in that movie sets up to what's going on here. And sets up what's going on at the ending of that movie. The second movie, Chamber of Secrets, within the first 30 to 40 minutes, you get the blow in the wall and the frozen cat.
Yeah.
Now
that's one of my favorite ones in the series.
I like that one.
I was like, because you found out all that backstory.
Yeah,
all that backstory.
It had some lows that gave it a C plus in it, but some lows I gave it a B. I gave it a B minus or a C plus because of lows in the movie. It really bothered me. But
Still kid shit.
But yeah, you have all the like the blood and water. Like, okay, now the movie's about to start. The third movie, right out the jump, probably within the first 15, 20 minutes, you hear about the prisoner that escaped Azkaban. He's coming for Harry Potter. And then you're like, okay, so this right here, he probably works for Voldemort. We don't know, but he's coming for Harry Potter. That's already set up. So the whole movie, you're wondering where this guy at. That's why the dimensions around. It sets everything up. The fourth movie, within the first 30 minutes, Goblet of Fire is right there. The movie sets itself up. Order of the Phoenix. They show up at the beginning of the movie, and then they're gone. And I was like, the movie's called The Order of the Phoenix, but this movie's not about the Order of the Phoenix. It's more about Harry and his students, his classmates, and Umbridge. And then at the end, because Harry's connected to Voldemort and he can see these dreams and visions, he's like, I gotta go save everybody else. Okay, we're done with Umbridge. And it's almost like a two-part movie. We have Umbridge part, we get rid of her, and now we can deal with Voldemort, which is like the last 30 minutes of the movie. But it's like a two-part movie.
And that's
here.
pretty much when they show up.
Like,
Who even are all the Order members?
Huh?
Who even are all the Order members? Because they don't even really say them. They don't really.
They don't introduce them.
They don't introduce them.
But they show up like Mad Eye, Moody, he's one of them. Nephedora, Tonks is one of them. Kingsley, Shacklebolt, he's another one.
He didn't do nothing.
Doge. Arthur Weasley's another one. Sirius Black. So they're there.
Bruh, some of them people did absolutely.
And then also don't forget Lupin, he's one of them.
Yeah, so. But all he did was grab Harry and comfort him. That's literally all he did that whole movie. Was that comfort? Let's go! You know, that moment. Right?
So, in the order, so if they would have tied it more, I know they tried to throw a scene in there where Harry and Sirius had a talk, but that didn't give us much of anything. Like, if you would have put... I'm dead serious, man.
This is how he died. I just hate that death scene where you're just like... Yeah, it's so quick.
Luke, it's Lou. It's me, your brother. No. You're mine. And then, well, thank you, Luke, for saving me.
No, I hate that. I hate that scene.
But that's it was like Sirius had the same moment where he's like,
I hated that. And he doesn't even say anything.
He doesn't.
He just goes.
He's like, not Harry.
It's like that moment he just realized he got shot, and then he that quick he gets no blowback. He's just.
And I heard the book is like that too. The book is like immediate, like you could have had a moment where he was like, Harry, I'm sorry, or Harry, I love you, Harry, something else. Like I don't care how cliched it was, he died.
I wish there was some more hate in the kill. Like if Bellatrix was gonna kill him, like I wanted there to be some connection. Yeah, like a vendetta or something. Like and then some struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like they're having a beam struggle, so maybe he was fighting Malfoy's dad. Maybe they're fighting, and it's some BS. and then somebody says something that strikes a nerve, like some past something, and then she comes up with the oof because of something from back then. Literally, that would have made that scene 1,000 times better.
Yeah, dude, I agree with you.
It's just like, damn. Just so we can know why the heck he got shot like that, because he got sniped. He literally got. She was in the back waiting on it.
But the movie has a lot of exposition and it's low. Like, I remember at one point I forgot it was called The Order of Phoenix. I was wondering where The Order of Phoenix is. I forgot this movie was that about that. And then I didn't like the whole Haggard's little brother and the centaurs. Like, well, why is that there?
Drop side plot.
Yeah, like it was just really like it would give Haggard something to do this movie. He doesn't have anything to do. He doesn't help the Order of Phoenix, and it was like actually he gets fired at one point. I think they actually get rid of him.
I think they just wanted to show him because people wanted him in the movie.
Yeah,
he's
a lovable character. Like, everybody loves Haggard.
He need to be there. That's what I'm saying. Like, some characters that I even like McGonagall. Like, there's just they drop out and they come back in when they're needed. Like, just drop them out. There's some scenes in going through all the movies just where he's involved in some stuff, and it's really weird how they connect him in. Yeah, it's like. What it was, I don't know if I don't want to say because I don't know what order the movie is in because I don't want to say something, but I'm gonna confirm it after the camera. But damn it, I want to say something.
What is it? What do you think?
Damn it! No, I don't know because I don't know if it's after this or not. I don't remember what movie number it's in. Never mind. You heard it.
You'll find out later.
Heard it.
But yeah. So that's. It's what's going on with that one. I just didn't like the shaky cam thing, and I feel like some plots was kind of rushed, and some wasn't. Like some stuff took out way too long. So I guess it's a setup movie. It's a setup movie. It's like a filler movie. But
where are they going at the end of the movie?
They got on the train to go back home.
They're getting on the boats. They gotta be doing something.
The school year's over.
What are they doing? Our school system is weird. I don't understand how that curriculum worked. I don't understand like how their
classes,
their semester schedule works. That's what I don't understand. Like, do they go there for like
the whole year, but it's the same classes? Like, they're like.
They always go home. Do they go home for like? Is it like a summer break?
They go home
type?
for summer. Yeah.
Is that just it?
Yeah.
Like a summer break? How long is summer break?
3 months.
They don't go home for winter break.
No, they can go home for winter break. They just choose to stay there.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. They did. That's right. They did show that one time for the one time.
All right. This is a Friday night movie.
Yeah. I say.
I think right now all the Harry Potter movies are Friday night movies. You can watch them on like Friday nights with your friends and family. You enjoy them. Grading time. You want to go first or I'll go first?
Man, and this you like the letters and pluses.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Dang, what did you say you gave the last movie?
The last one?
Yeah, what'd you give the last movie?
I gave the fourth movie a B. I'm giving this one.
The fourth movie's better, in my opinion. Yeah. So for sure. All right, cool. Yeah. It probably. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a solid C because there's things that I don't like about the movie, but I think this movie has the greatest. I think this movie has one of the best fight scenes. That Dumbledore and Voldemort fight scene is literally one of the best ones in the entire series of movies, and for that, I might just top the plus just for that. It gets a brownie point for that. Let's give it a brownie point for that. But I like the movie. I give it a C. The things I don't like about the movie, really, it goes to just the fact that some of the drop plot lines. It kind of there's some unfocusedness. It is the down point because there's a lot of exposition because they're switching again, like I said, from the adventures to the kind of Voldemort. Let's battle Voldemort arc, and so because of that, there's a lot of exposition. So it's a little slow. It feels slow. It's not slow, but it feels slower just because they're talking a lot. There's a lot of the what I call the situation room where you have all the characters all sitting down talking about what the current state of things are. Yeah, and you usually Usually, if you're an anime person, there is a designated tune for this. Bleach.
I was in the One Piece tune, guys.
It's like in the doom. It doesn't matter what it is.
All right, pirates, let's get together. To be continued. Oh, Naruto. On this page here, we have.
It's like every no matter what show it is, there's always that. But yeah, there's a lot of those moments I feel like in this movie. But other than that, good parts, good fights. I like the fact that they show multiple people fighting at once. Like I like war scenes, like the epic battles, the grand battles. So I like the fact that they had multiple people fighting at once. Good special effects, great special effects actually, great special effects, and some of the best lines. Snape has good lines in here, as Ali pointed out with his not snitching movement. Dumbledore had a great line when he basically told off the entire ministry essentially, and Voldemort had a great line at the end, which is my favorite line in the movie, when he's just like, "Hey, bro, I'm about to get away with this, and you gonna be dead at the end of this, cause I got this on lock." I just like the confidence in that, and you get to see why people feared Voldemort. He's this powerful wizard. You see what he was doing? Powerful wizard. So, and that's the stuff I want to see, because they don't show that in some of the movies. They just don't show how epic the magic can get. That was an epic fight. He made a giant snake come up. You know what I'm saying? Epicness. So I like that. Those are my pros and cons. C.
I'm gonna give the movie Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix a C+. And the reason why is because of the ending. The ending really, it's so great. It almost make you forget sometimes how bad, not bad, but how slow or regular the rest of the movie is. So you guys know right now about grading. I talked about it before. All my movies, when I start grading, starts off at a C. You gotta go up or you can go down, but everybody's at average. That's C. 70, it's 75. Like, that's what my C is, 75. And then you're gonna go down to 72, 71, 70, 71, which is like, C minus, or you're gonna go to 79, 78, which is your C plus areas. Now you can go 6s, 76s and 74s if you want to, but let's give a little more percentage here. 75% is a C. You have the chance to go up to 85% or 95%. Or 80%, or 89%, or you can go down to your 65%, and once you hit 65%, 60, once you get below that, you're in the F territory. There's no plus or minuses with that. It's just pure Fs. Like, who F plus? No, it's just F. But this one started off at a C, and then like it's okay opening, okay, all this other stuff. The shaky cam I didn't like. I hate the camera director using that. That irks my soul on so many different levels. I'll start knowing camera angles, watch all these movies now. And when you mess up camera angles, because it doesn't make sense to throw that in there, shaky cam for running.
Much last Airbender.
What the heck?
That movie is what did it for you.
Please don't.
That's what movies are. I know, because it's what did it for me. I did it so bad. Anyway.
Don't get me started on that movie. Anyway, so the shaky camera. And then you get the Hogwarts stuff with Umbridge is actually pretty good. Umbridge is pretty good, but it's so much other stuff that goes on in there that's kind of dragged out and boring. The Harry Potter, the love angle there. You're like, okay. The students hiding off and getting away, and then Finch is trying to go up and find Felch trying to go up and find them, and they're playing the cat and mouse game.
Okay, that's that little kid stuff, and every time they do that, that's when it slows the movie.
And the movie's shifting right now. It's shifting from the kid stuff to more of a serious movie, because the students are also, kids watching is also growing up too. Yep. So, and it really dragged out, and then a lot of exposition, a lot of filler, not really much going on. The action stuff is really the training, and it drops off. You have moments of people like, I did something, and then drops off like after them did something. Draco's just, he's a joke character at this point, and it really makes me sad. But then you also have Harry talking to the Order of the Phoenix, and it's kind of just more exposition, backstory. And you're like, okay, we were gonna get to something. Oh, all right, the Weasley brothers, the twin Weasley brothers, just came in and they just broke up the test and everything. And okay, that's neat. Everybody's celebrating, happy moment. But Umbridge is still around. Umbridge, how do we get rid of you? Centaurs. What? Where does Centaur come? I know there's a pitch. There's a newsletter that says Centaurs are upset with the ministry, but you just throw that in a newspaper and flash it like there's no big deal, and then it end up showing up as a big deal. And then Dumbledore's little brother, just like, okay, that just got thrown in. Really? Where'd that come from? And then Order of the Phoenix show up at the end of the movie, out of nowhere.
Yeah, it shouldn't. Thinking about it, when you explain it that now, it really shouldn't be called Order of the Phoenix.
It really should.
Because thinking about all the other movies, thinking about it now, the titles literally are anchoring points of the film. It's like the Sorcerer's Stone is what everybody's trying to get. They're all trying to get it, and we find out that it's like a Philosopher's Stone type thing. And, Voldemort wants to restore his energy. You know what I mean? And then the Chamber of Secrets is like the entire time they're looking for it. Yeah. Like the entire time they find it, and it's epic. They put the giant snake in it with a prisoner, of Azkaban.
It's literally the entire time
looking for Sirius Black. You can find out who he is. You know what I'm saying? Goblet of Fire. That is the start of the entire Olympic Wizard Cup. Essentially, what it's supposed to be. And then the Order of the Phoenix. It's like
they show up in the first 5 minutes.
Why I just asked you earlier, who are they? Because they don't really name them. You see them, but they don't name them, and they don't have individual parts where they do something that makes them stand out.
Exactly.
There's nothing. They don't do nothing
spectacular about them. It should be the Order of Phoenix. I get it. The book is called the Order of Phoenix, but you could have changed the movie name based off the book, the Order of Phoenix, and say the movie's Harry Potter.
The book shouldn't even be called. This is based on the book. You shouldn't even.
But maybe you get more backstory within the book.
Oh no!
I don't know.
No. But then they would have put. If they're gonna be key elements, that you gotta show them in the movie, regardless, because the movie's the abridged version. Yes. Obviously, so. If you gotta cut it down, you gotta cut it down to the meat and potatoes. And if the meat and potatoes aren't in the movie, then why would I want to read the extra 200 pages?
Good point.
It's just wow, to find out what about the Order that Kingsley can do magic without talking. Because that was one of the things in the book that never got introduced in the movies. That was a big thing in the book, is that when Harry takes him into the room, when he trains in the room. He teaches them how to do magic without saying words, which is why he does the spell at the end of the movie. He doesn't say anything. He just does it. Yeah, they don't explain that, but that's why he does it.
Voldemort can do the same thing a lot.
All the advanced,
they can say
do it. So you can't block it. That's what it's for. So you can't block it. So you don't know what's coming. Because obviously, when you come up and you say, Expelliarmus, and you just out of nowhere, they're like, oh, well, he's about to try to blow me up. You know what I'm saying?
He was like. Nah, Patronus.
And then you back off. You back, you do your little, I hate the magic sounds, by the way. When it's not epic magic, it sounds like, what?
Before we get into that one, because that made me just think of something. You said the kids were saying their moves when they was fighting the Death Eaters. Yeah. We ain't finished why the prophecy was such a big deal. The prophecy tells Harry that there's only be one of them that's going to survive. Voldemort or Harry, that's all it tells him. Anyway, the students who are not skilled, they've been training for the past year, technically, they're not really skilled to take on the Death Eaters, but yet they're able to beat the Death Eaters, pushing away for a good part of the movie, at the end of the movie there. I just thought about that.
That is when the Order should have came in. There's no way them kids should have been able to fight them all. Honestly, maybe Harry, because he's kind of a gift.
He's the chosen one. He's LeBron James.
He survived. But yeah, that's maybe Luna too, maybe Hermione. People who know a little bit more. They're a little bit more advanced, even in their class. You know what I'm saying? But other than them, Ron, Neville, them people.
Neville should not be able to stand up to anybody. To be honest, he's not. Not saying he's Krillin, but he.
And that's why I cannot stand it. That's what I was saying earlier with you. That's why I can't stand it. It's like the move is just based off the move. It's almost like Monster Hunter or something. It's like the move is good because they're sitting there and it's like you've been doing magic for 20, 30, 40 years. You're a professor or you're an advent criminal. You know what I'm saying? And then this kid comes up and because he read the spell in the book, day one, he learned to kill. He can kill you? What?
Right.
What?
Yeah.
What? Scale. Seth the programmer. Scale. I need power scaling. What's going on? I don't know. That just kind of bugs me a little bit. But I understand it, but
that ending, though, like we said before, the ending scene is really great. And that's why the movie gets a C+ for me. It's going to drag you through it, but it's okay. It's not a bad movie. It's an okay movie. You're going to watch it. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to have fun. But as far as the ending you're going to take out of the movie that's going to be really memorable, that ending. The ending will be really memorable. Everything else will be like, Cause I've even seen scenes where people were like, oh, Harry Potter clips, they will show the scene of Voldemort breaking the glass and going like this and throwing it. Like, you've seen it. That's a very epic scene of the movie, and they're shooting at the beams at each other. You almost forget that Harry Potter actually has a mind battle with Voldemort off in the cut over there. You don't think about that at all, because you're so fixated with the battle going on between Voldemort and Dumbledore. But I would love to see Sirius kick butt like that. I would love to see Lupin kick butt like that.
That is a good point. They are multitasking in that fight because Voldemort's having that conversation, and then Harry's also like, Dumbledore's like trying to keep Harry out of the fight, and he like stops in the middle of the fight like to push him away.
Imagine getting that scene in Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, where Yoda comes in, protects Anakin, and fights what's his name like that, and just that's what that could be. Dumbledore is like your
same scene. It's literally the same.
Dumbledore, yeah, he is your Yoda. He is your that's great. Gandalf. I was like, great. I was like, yeah, great. Gandalf the Great.
Definitely Gandalf.
Yeah, he looks actually in the sixth one. He looks way more like Gandalf than anything. I just because the lighting
fit.
No, not the fit. Another thing about these movies that you haven't noticed if you're watching these, the lighting and the
lighting makes him look like Gandalf.
Not the light, but the tint. You know how movie you can put certain tints on different movies. So like different movies you watch, like the tint changes. Like freaking 300 is a good example. They use that orange tint throughout the movie.
Tim Burton always uses that blue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, the Harry Potter movies, you watch the first one, the tint's not like that. And then as the movie gets darker, like the movie goes. The numbers get higher and higher, the darker the tint becomes. And the sixth one, the tint goes really dark. And look, at certain points, Michael Gambon looks more like Ian McKellen. But
gritty.
Not Ian McKellen, it's Ian.
I don't know the name of the guy who plays it.
Ian.
I don't know the guy.
McKellen.
McKelly.
Sir Ian McKellen, sorry about that. But Ian McKellen, not McCullen,
that is a horrible picture of him. Oh my lord.
But yes, C+ is movie because of all that I just explained. But that final fight scene is really good. Like you're like, okay, it almost make you forget how the rest of the movie plays out. And then the ending is really like cheesy. Like, oh, we got something to fight for. Okay, I thought you were gonna say the power of friendship.
Yeah, that last line was awful. That was like. Who was at the table? I just want to know who was at the table. That was the most 80s way you could have ended the movie. That was an 80s ending, guys. That was a one-liner. That was a one-liner to walk out, to fade out. That was a one-liner to fade out, is what that was. Voldemort, we've got that one thing that Voldemort doesn't have. What's that, Harry? Something worth fighting for. It's even cheesy what I just did. See how cheesy that was.
You got the jump, the free jump.
Yeah, that's the only thing that would have set them off. If they wouldn't have, that's the only thing that would have set them off. If they didn't fade to black, if they didn't go to scenery and then black, if they didn't do that, they could have stopped right there. They could have just freeze framed, wands out, freeze frame, credits roll. And that would have. You watch that still image the whole credit roll.
You want to watch the sixth one? You want to watch the seventh one? Part 1 and 2. Oh my gosh! Good, just thought about any movies. But yeah, that's a C+. Okay, guys. If you guys seen Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix, what do you guys think? I really appreciate you guys' feedback. I'm really curious. Put in the comment section below. Also, guys, please subscribe. Thank you guys for watching the show.
Tell me a better name for the movie. Please. I want to know a better name for the movie because it shouldn't have been called that.
And Tyreik, thank you for coming on.
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
it.
Thank you.
Well, thanks guys for watching this episode of Movie Breakdowns. See y'all next time. Keep being awesome.
How did we wear the same kind of shirt though? Check that out, folks.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
Gangster.
Thank you guys for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe, and tell a friend about my series. Tell a friend about Grind Towards Success. Tell a friend about the Movie Breakdown series. If you really like these episodes, I really appreciate it. It means so much to me. It means so much. I can't tell you how much it means. Like it's like I'll be really grateful you just told a friend and share and subscribe to the series. And thank you guys for watching this. Also, if you want to follow my journey outside of YouTube or Facebook, you can go to my Instagram page and you can follow me on my Instagram page at Ali_Zakka. It's right here. Put it right here in my face. That way you're like, where's his face at? Well, it's right behind the Instagram logo. Yeah, but you can follow me on my Instagram page. And also, if you want another episode of Grind Towards Success or movie breakdowns, you can watch the episode of Grind Towards Success right here. You can watch the last episode of movie breakdowns right there. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. See you guys next time. Keep being awesome.